It is the franchise Shane Douglas. It's Strong Style Wrestling, and you're listening to the H2 Wrestling Podcast.
What is up, everybody? This is H2 here with the H2 Wrestling Podcast. Today I am joined by my guest, my good friend, AJ Gagliardo. Tonight is NXT TakeOver San Antonio. Kind of small, lackluster-ish card we have tonight. But nonetheless, there's going to be, every match I think on the card is going to be a pretty good match.
Mm-hmm.
And with it being such a small card, and it's going to be a 2 to 2.5 hour long show as are most takeovers, you got to expect every match is going to deliver at least. What's your pick for match of the night?
Ooh. Either the tag team title match with DIY and the Authors of Pain, or Roode versus Nakamura for the NXT title.
Yeah, the NXT Tag Team title matches have really been just destroying everything. Like, they dominate the takeover events. But tonight, Roode and Nakamura, I think first time ever, definitely is going to be barn burner in my opinion. But we're going to get together with some predictions right now. I'll just read off the whole card real quick, and then we'll do our predictions right after. We got Roderick Strong going against Andrade Cien Almas. Eric Young against Ty Dillinger. NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Asuka versus Peyton Royce versus Billie Kay versus Nikki Cross. NXT Tag Team title match. Hashtag DIY versus the Authors of Pain. And the NXT title match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bobby Roode. So let's talk Roddy Strong versus Andrade Cien Almas. What do you think?
I think Strong has this one.
Yeah, I think Roddy Strong is going to get it. Almas, they tried really hard with him to push him, and it just didn't work out. So they turned him heel, and Roddy Strong is fresh. He tagged with Austin Aries in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, which I thought was really good. Like, I thought that was a good pairing, even though they didn't go very far. I thought that was a good way to bring Strong into the...
I thought Aries and Roode to be better, considering they were tag champs in TNA, but...
I was really thinking for a brief minute that was going to happen. But, yeah, I think Roddy Strong's going to pull this one out. I don't know if this podcast will make it a full 30 minutes, just because it's such a small card, and it's not a whole lot to talk about, not a whole lot of depth. But, Eric Young versus Ty Dillinger. What do you think?
EY's good, I like him, but I have to go with Ty Dillinger. I've been liking his work lately. Like, every match he's in, he just improves. Just puts on a good show.
Yeah, he is... Holy shit, what a turnaround. Like, he went from jobber to facing Roode at, what was it, the last TakeOver, which was like TakeOver Survivor Series-ish area.
Yeah. Was it Brooklyn 2? Or 3?
No, that was SummerSlam, I believe.
Okay.
I don't remember what the last one was.
I
But
don't know either.
anyway,
There's so many takeovers.
It might have been Toronto. It was Toronto, yep.
Yeah,
Because
Toronto.
Roode and him were both from Canada. But, yeah. Ty Dillinger has been perfect. On the mic, in the ring.
Perfect 10.
All of a sudden, he is legit a perfect 10 all of a sudden. He has turned it around big time.
If he doesn't win tonight, could be a good chance he might be in the Rumble, but I think we should save that for the next one.
Yeah, we'll get to that. NXT Women's Championship, Asuka versus Peyton Royce versus Billie Kay versus Nikki Cross. Who do you got?
See, that's a struggle. I haven't really paid much to the NXT Women's division, and so therefore I don't have a... The only person I really know is Asuka.
Yeah.
Out of the card. And I think she's been champion for a while, so I think in this Fatal 4-Way match, may lose the title, but I don't think that she'll be the one that's pinned. Therefore, she'll build up a bunch of rematches where she keeps claiming that she didn't lose her title, blah, 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 you know.
Right. So, do you watch NXT still?
Every now and then, whenever I get a chance.
Well, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay are like a faction. They're a team. they're basically what Charlotte and Sasha were when they were. I can't remember what the hell the name of their NXT women's team was. They're basically the mean girls on
Isn't
NXT.
the 4 Horsewomen?
No, like they were like a legit like faction. Like the Four Horsewomen is just what they called the four of them because they were like the top four. But Peyton Royce and Billie Kay are like the top mean girls right now, and that's very interesting that they're both in the same match. They're definitely gonna have to team up somehow because Asuka is a freak of nature. But then there's Nikki Cross, and you know she's not going to come out alone because she's part of Sanity. She's with EY and Big Damo, and I think is it Sawyer Fulton that's still there, or is it?
I think.
Shit, I can't keep it straight.
I think that's who.
One of them got kicked out or something, or
I think
hurt.
Marcus. Is it Marcus Louise?
No, Marcus Louis. He went to NXT.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not helping this one.
Something Wolf, Alexander Wolf, or something like that.
Maybe.
But this is a hard one, but I'm gonna go Asuka. If Asuka doesn't win, then my second pick is Nikki Cross because of Sanity. Because Sanity is gonna be at ringside.
Yeah.
If they're not, I'll be kind of surprised. Yeah. NXT Tag Titles, DIY versus the Author. There's a Pain.
DIY, man.
They've been so hot. Like they've been on fire lately.
I think it's just too soon to take the titles away.
Huh?
I think it's just too soon to take the titles away.
Yeah, but you never know, man. They've been doing that with the tag titles a lot. Like they'll put it on a heel team, and the heel team will dominate until some baby faces roll in, and man, like I'm my pick's DIY tonight, but because Authors of Pain are undefeated, but if Authors of Pain win it, they're gonna hold them until TM61 comes back and takes their titles. I don't want DIY to lose them because I don't want them to go up to the main roster and get put on 205 Live because they are cruiserweights, but they're a better tag team than they are. I mean, they're really good single competitors, but I really like them as a team.
They need to work. See, NXT pay-per-view, like the NXT TakeOvers, phenomenal tag team matches.
They do.
And the main roster needs to take lessons from these tag matches because I'm not dissing the main roster tag team, like all the tag teams there, but they need to keep stepping it up because I love tag team wrestling. I love watching it, but
I love tag team wrestling.
It's just sometimes it's good in the main roster, but sometimes this is really lackluster.
Yeah, it's pretty bad sometimes.
Where they put random pairings together.
Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah. Pro Cesaro, not really Sheamus, but
yeah,
people like Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows need to win tag titles. But like I said, we can save this for another time. This is about NXT.
Jesus Christ, though, holy shit! It's like every takeover, the NXT Tag Team Title match steals the show. No ifs, ands, or buts. The NXT Tag Team Titles are like right now, in my opinion, they're the most important tag team titles in WWE because the reigns are awesome with it. The matches are the best, and if you win, you get a shot on the main roster to get buried by the New Day.
Pretty much.
But oh man, like, wow, yeah. The NXT Tag Title match is probably one of the matches I'm most excited about tonight, just because I freaking love DIY. They are awesome. And Authors of Pain, I don't know, I can't tell them apart. I didn't even know who Paul Ellering was, even though he's like a WWE Hall of Famer.
Right.
But
didn't they win the tournament?
They did. They won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and that's another reason why I think DIY is gonna knock them off because it's gonna be a huge upset if they do. So that's pretty interesting. Main event. We'll try to stretch this one out a little bit to make this a little bit lengthy, more of
some NXT
podcast.
News too, I could say.
Oh, let's do that then before we get to the main event. Let's go with that.
All right. Well, earlier this week, Triple H did a media call about like a bunch of different things, and one of the things was the state of the NXT, the current state of it. And Triple H said this: "I am not happy with where it is right now by far. I want it to be much better than it is, but it's a rebuilding process. All these things going on, they make they all make changes in the ecosystem where everything lands at the end of the day is a moving target. He also continues to say, I think NXT has the potential to be a lot of things. Where it sits is not 100% my decision. I know those conversations have happened.
All right, fair enough. What do you think they can do to improve NXT?
That's hard because I just think the lack of major stars. Because think back then, I remember when I first started watching, you had like Seth Rollins, Antonio Cesaro's on there for a minute, and then you had people being like Tyler Breeze, Neville, Sami Zayn,
Chris Hero.
Yeah, Chris Hero.
Cassius Ohno, sorry.
Yeah. The Ascension was amazing on NXT.
My god, I wish they would use them properly.
They had
the Wyatt family.
They had proper star power there, to where all their big stars in NXT, and I say quote big stars, are in the main roster now, and so it's just, if they keep putting on people we don't really know yet, it's just hard to get behind them, and people kind of lose interest. They want to focus more on the main show because that's when the stars are used to watching.
Yeah, they definitely need to establish some of these stars. Like right now, I feel like they're almost desperate, just bringing in anybody they can frickin' sign to get a pop. But you need to establish these stars, like Tyler Breeze, Zayn, Cesaro. Man, they've built some big names, and like, what's very interesting to me, we haven't seen anything about Samoa Joe. I almost wonder if he's done with NXT, but we'll get to that. There's some rumors that I've heard, and we'll talk about that in the next podcast. Next podcast is probably gonna be a pretty lengthy one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need to build these stars, and I think honestly, I might get some shit for this because people like shorter shows, like people want Raw shorter, but give NXT another half hour. Get some backstage segments to further develop characters, you know. I honestly really think that they should create a mid-card title. They have a huge roster, and they don't utilize
half
3/4 of it.
Yeah.
They focus on about 10 people at a time. So, and I mean, I think it'd be cool, a mid-card title.
I think it'd be cool too. I think they could do it.
The NXT Television Championship or the Internet Championship, whatever the hell you want to call it. The WWE NXT Network title or something. Intercontinental, whatever you want to call
Grand
it.
Championship.
Grand?
Well, that's what TNA's like. They're.
Yeah, WWE doesn't want to rip them off though too much.
Off, but they can. I know WWE can take what TNA does and do it better.
Yeah, generally. But yeah, there's so much. Like Triple H had NXT perfect for a while. I wonder if he's not doing as much with it almost as he was when it first came out. But I have no idea. But
he's probably taking on so many different roles right now.
He's definitely got his hands full right now, right around Mania season. He's probably training like a son of a bitch for Rollins. But I guess we'll roll into the main event since we're close to the 15-minute mark, unless you got something else.
Yeah, he also met Triple H, and the media also mentioned, like, well, speaking of the champion Nakamura, a lot of people are wanting him in the main roster. I know you, of course, wanted the main roster.
I love Nakamura. He is nuts.
He says that there's a learning curve when it comes to wrestling between NXT and the main roster.
Yeah.
And he thinks Nakamura, he's adapted his style to WWE, but he still has a lot, more to learn. And he thinks that it's not if he has the main roster potential, it's when he does.
Oh yeah, he'll 100% be on the main roster. You know WWE's paying Nakamura a pretty penny right now.
Yeah.
I almost think Nakamura might be the highest paid person in NXT ever because he was huge in Japan. Like he was like the Hulk Hogan of Japan. Like he was like in YouTube video, or not YouTube video, in freaking music videos, random stuff. He's like a pop cultural, like, icon almost there. So he would not come without a pretty penny, you know. So I mean, I bet that's another reason why Triple H is frustrated, is they're paying him so much and he's not on the main roster yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like
He also mentioned that he talked to AJ Styles, and AJ Styles even said that he thinks people should go to NXT before they come to the main roster.
Styles said that?
They get that, yeah, like that learning curve that Triple H wants to get the knowledge. Like some people don't really know like this because the style of WWE is completely different. So he thinks they need to go to NXT to learn that. Styles said he didn't think he should have been on the main roster right away. He should
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that surprised me. That's pretty humble, actually, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think Styles is actually probably a stand-up guy, but we're not talking about main roster. This is supposed to be NXT.
I know. It's
Sorry.
Just
no, I know. I'm not.
Like what he said.
Yeah. I get that. I was going off.
Yeah.
But yeah. Man. Can you imagine how different NXT would have been though if like Styles?
Jeez.
Man, we would have got Styles versus Balor so early, and it would have been not special.
Styles versus Joe.
It would have been not so special when it came to the main roster. It would have just been Zayn and Owens all over again. But all right, we'll roll into the main event now. NXT Championship match: Nakamura, Shinsuke, the King of Strong Style, versus the It Factor, the Glorious One, Bobby Roode. Who do you got?
I want Roode to win, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Nakamura.
Yeah.
Nakamura's like pretty much ever since Balor left. Nakamura
he's been
is NXT. Even Triple H, he's the guy who's anchoring NXT right now.
Yep. I mean, after Finn left, like when I knew it was getting close to time for Finn to leave, I was like, I have no reason to watch NXT because NXT had been dropping. It hadn't been as special. And then Nakamura, I was excited to see him like when he debuted. I hadn't seen a whole lot of him, but I saw him and Styles match at Wrestle Kingdom, I believe 10 last year, and I was like, holy shit, like I can't wait for this guy to come to WWE. But I'm pulling Nakamura on this. I think Nakamura is going to win if they're going to keep him in NXT a little while longer. He's going to keep the title a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
It would be stupid for him to Joe to drop the title back to Nakamura just for Nakamura to drop the title to Roode. But then again, it would make sense because they don't want heels versus heels and baby faces versus baby faces anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but the only reason why Joe kind of dropped the title to Nakamura because it was in like his hometown, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was a live event. They did it, but they filmed it and showed it on NXT.
Yeah.
That happened like a couple weeks before they actually aired the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going Nakamura, but Nakamura, yeah, he's got a while I think before he hits the main roster, and I think they want him to slow his move pace or his move set down and
he's 37.
Tone it down. He's 37?
Yeah.
Ooh, he's getting up there. He's getting close to that age where they don't hire you at that after. But I think they're going to want Nakamura to learn a little bit. So I think because Nakamura really, if they tone him down, I mean, when you think about it, all Nakamura has is punches, kicks, and throws. That's all he does, really. So I think we're going to start seeing some new shit from Nakamura.
Hopefully.
So I think they're going to develop his moveset a little bit. But Nakamura, I'm a sucker for entrances, man. If you're a good wrestler and you have an entrance that gives me thrillers or gives me like shivers down my spine.
I love the music.
Yeah, the violin is fucking perfect. I think tonight he'll have a violinist.
Again?
Yeah, and I think Roode will have his choir again. But yeah, Nakamura versus Roode, I'm very excited for. I personally think that's going to be the match of the night with DIY versus AOP right behind. So, but
like I said, I want Roode to win, but I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I like Roode. Excellent heel, but I don't think it's his time yet. I don't think he'll ever actually hold the NXT title. I think he'll get bumped to the main roster before he holds the belt.
And if he does, another time.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll be going on SmackDown or Raw the whole another 10 minutes probably.
Yeah. Well, if you want to, we can because I think after Mania, Roode and Joe are both gonna debut. one's gonna be on one show and the other's gonna be on the other.
What would you have on what?
Joe on SmackDown, Roode on Raw.
I can see it. I'd rather see Styles versus Joe than Styles versus Roode.
Yep, and I think that's why I think so they can put people that they know work like that together.
Yeah, imagine Rollins versus Roode.
I would love to see that. But yeah, we're gonna cut this one short, about 10 minutes early. The next one's gonna be fucking long, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.